Let's talk about something you use every single second you're online, but probably never even think about. It's the invisible network that makes our digital world feel, well, instant. We're talking about content delivery networks, or CDNs. They are the true unsung heroes behind your Netflix binges, your online shopping sprees, and pretty much everything else. So let's pull back the curtain and see how this all really works.
I mean, really stop and think about that for a second. How is it possible that a video from literally halfway around the planet shows up on your screen with almost zero delay? Data isn't magic. It has to travel through actual physical cables, sometimes under oceans. So how does it feel so incredibly fast? Well, the answer lies in solving one of the internet's oldest and biggest hurdles. Right. You have to remember, the internet isn't some magical cloud. It's a physical thing, a massive web of servers and cables. And just like mailing a package, the farther that data has to travel from its starting point, the website's mean server, to you, the longer it's going to take. This delay, this physical distance, was the fundamental problem that had to be solved for the web to become what it is today. And that delay has a name, a single word that is the absolute enemy of a good online experience: latency. It's the time it takes for a little packet of data to get from point A to point B. More latency means slower websites, buffering videos, and laggy games, all the stuff we hate. See, in the early days, every user, no matter where they were, had to get content from one single central server. If that server was in California and you were in Germany, well, good luck. You just had to wait. And believe me, the stakes are incredibly high. Studies show that a quarter of us, 1 in 4 people, will just give up and leave a web page if it takes more than 4 seconds to load. 4 seconds. In today's world, speed isn't just a cool feature, it's everything. A few seconds of waiting can mean a lost sale or a frustrated user who never comes back. So yeah, that old model of one central server trying to serve the whole world, it was slow, inefficient, and honestly pretty fragile. If that one server went down, the entire website was gone for everybody. The solution was a total shift in thinking. Stop forcing the user to come all the way to the data, and instead bring the data way closer to the user. This meant going from one single point of failure to a smart, spread-out, distributed network.
And this brilliant new approach is, you probably guessed it, the Content Delivery Network. CDNs first popped up in the late 90s, created for one specific reason: to solve the internet's traffic jams by completely changing how we distribute content online.
Okay, so what is a CDN, really? At its heart, it's a huge, strategically placed network of servers all over the globe. Think of it like this. Instead of having one massive central library, you have thousands of smaller local library branches. Each branch holds copies of the most popular books, ready to hand them out to anyone who lives nearby.
So, how do they actually do it? What's the secret sauce? Well, the magic behind a CDN's incredible speed is a process called caching. And it's a simple idea, but it is incredibly powerful, and it's the backbone of this whole system.
The key players in this network are these things called edge servers, and they get their name because they are located right on the edge of the internet, as physically close to us, the end users, as possible. These servers live in data centers called points of presence, or POPs, and they're scattered in major cities all around the world. And caching is just a fancy word for storing a copy of a file, like an image, a video, or the code for a web page, on these local edge servers. Once a file is cached, the server doesn't have to go all the way back to the original source to get it again. It can just serve up that local copy directly, which is, as you can imagine, dramatically faster. So let's see how this all plays out. The moment you request something, like clicking on a video, the CDN's brain, its routing system, immediately jumps in. Instead of letting your request make that long, slow journey all the way to the distant origin server, the system finds the closest edge server to you and sends your request there instead. It's a simple reroute, but it's an absolute game changer. Okay, let's trace the journey. You click on a link, the CDN instantly figures out where you are and sends your request to the nearest edge server. Now, if that server has the content you want sitting in its cache, we call that a cache hit. Boom, it delivers it to you immediately. If it doesn't have it, that's a cache miss. No big deal. The edge server just quickly goes and gets the content from the origin, delivers it to you, and, this is the important part, it saves a copy for the next person in your area. And the result of this whole clever system is just this cascade of amazing benefits that go way beyond just being fast. It impacts everything from how happy you are with a website to a company's actual bottom line. And the numbers, they really tell the story. Forget that initial 4-second drop-off for a moment. A staggering 46% of people say they just won't ever go back to a website that performs poorly. So performance isn't just about a good first impression. It's about building loyalty and keeping people around.
The benefits really start to stack up. I mean, obviously you get way faster load times, but you also get much better reliability. If one edge server goes down, traffic just automatically gets rerouted to another one. It also helps reduce bandwidth costs because the main server isn't getting hammered with requests. And, this is a big one, it provides a crucial layer of security, soaking up malicious attacks before they can even reach a company's main infrastructure.
So when you put it all together, you start to realize that CDNs have become this fundamental, even if totally invisible, layer of the modern internet. It's really hard to overstate just how huge and how important they are. This quote really just drives the point home. It's not just for big video files anymore. Pretty much everything we interact with online, the words on a news site, the pictures in your social feed, the little bits of code that make an app work, all of it is almost certainly delivered to you through a CDN. So the key takeaway here is that nearly every major digital industry you can think of relies on this technology. Fast-paced e-commerce sites, competitive online gaming, high-def streaming services, even software updates. They all depend on the speed and reliability that only a CDN can deliver. They really are the backbone of our digital world.
So it kind of leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? We experience the internet as this seamless, global, instant thing. But underneath it all, there's this massive, intelligent network of servers working silently in the background, just trying to make distance disappear. So, is it possible that this invisible engine is actually the single most critical piece of technology powering our digital lives today? It's something to think about.